Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadha Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Binda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadha Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Binda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadha Shivasti Gaura Bhakta Binda. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Saturday. It is the 16th of August. It is Bhadra Masa or Krishikesha Masa, Krishna Paksham and Ashtami Tidi. So today it is Sri Krishna Janmashtami, the festival, appearance day of Lord Sri Krishna, and the fasting until midnight, until 12 o'clock. Okay, so today is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appearance day. So we shall read some pastimes about from Srimad Bhagavatam about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, it is vividly described. We have been reading this one as a little bit, but we have not done the actual shlokas before. So it starts from the 10th canto, second chapter, the Krishna's entrance into the womb of uh, Devaki Mata. So it starts from the around 10 shlokas or 12 shlokas. So where Vasudeva he stops Kamsa, so killing of Devaki. And then Kamsa has been quiet later on. So Devaki has given birth to 6 children and they were all killed by Kamsa. Later on, the seventh child. So he has during that time he has instructed Maya Devi. So Maya is the who is um, Durga Devi. So he mentions to that you just take the seventh child from the womb of Devaki and then keep it in the womb of Rohini Devi. So likewise, and then that is Nama in the 12th and 11th and 12th shloka, he glorifies, he just gives benedictions to Durga Devi. नामधेयानि कुर्वन्ति स्थानानि च नरा भुवि दुर्गेति भद्रकालीति विजया वैष्णवी इति च कुमुदा चण्डिका कृष्ण माधवी कन्यकेति च माया नारायणी ईशानि शारदा इति अम्बिके 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 इति च. So likewise you will be called in so many names. Lord give benedictions to Durga Devi. And then गर्भसंकर्षणार्थं वै प्राहुः संकर्षण भुवि रामेति लोक रमणात् बलभद्रं च बलत्रयात्. So गर्भसंकर्षणार्थं वै प्राहुः संकर्षण bhuvi. So after that, because you are going to take this seventh child of Devaki from the womb of Devaki into the Gopini, because of that, गर्भसंकर्षणार्थं वै प्राहुः संकर्षण bhuvi. He is called Sankashana and Rameti Loka Ramana Balabhadram Bhalavshriyat. He is called Balabhadra Rama like that, Sankashana with these names. Stavistam by Sandishna. So later on, he Supreme Personality of Godhead, uh, as he has instructed Durga Devi, she has done all these things. So by when she was doing संदिष्टैवं भगवता तते तथा तथा इति ओम इति तद्भचः प्रतिगृह्य परिक्रम्य गां गता तत् तथा करोत्. So when she was doing, Durga Devi is doing, she is uttering the Omkara. So संदिष्टैवं भगवता तथा इति ओम इति तद्भचः. So in the 14th shloka it is mentioned as instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya immediately agreed with Vedic mantra Om. She has confirmed that she would do what he asked. Tata iti Om iti. So likewise, Om iti Tadvachah pratigruhya parikramya gam gata tat atakarot. So she has done, Durga Devi, she has done exactly whatever the Lord has instructed, taking the Balaram from the womb of Devaki into the womb of Rohini. At that time, so many people, they were just making Garbhe Pranite Devakya Rohinim Yogaridhya Aho Visanchito Garbha Iti Paura Vichukrushuhu. So people, they have uh, just lamented, alas, Devaki has lost her child, like that. And later on, the Supreme Personality of Godhead with his eighth incarnation, that is the eighth child of Devaki. Bhagavan api Vishwatma Bhaktanam Abhyamkara Avivesha Amshabhagena Mana Anaka Dundubehe. Mana Anaka Dundubehe. Anaka Dundu is the Vasudeva. Bhagavan api Vishwatma Bhagava Bhaktanam Abhyamkara. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the soul of the entire universe, Bhaktanam Abhyamkara, who is Bhaktanam Abhyamkara is the who will vanquish the fear of all devotees. Avivesha Amshabhagena Mana Anaka Dundubehe. And he entered into the heart of the Vasudeva. Amshabhag Mana Anaka. So here, mind of Vasudeva. Mana Anaka Dundubehe. And then during that time, Vasudeva, his form was effulgent. So as soon as the Lord entered into the mind of Vasudeva, Sabibrat Paurusham Dhama Brajamanu Yataravihi Durasado Ati Durgarsho Bhotanam Sambhuvaha. And Vasudeva was in such an effulgence that it is very difficult for anyone to go nearer to the Vasudeva because the Lord has entered into the mind of Vasudeva. Sabibrat Paurusham Dhama Brajamanu Yataravihi. He was just like the sun. Durasado ati durdarsho bhotanam sambhuvaha. It is very difficult to even go nearer to the Vasudeva because the Lord has entered into that mind of Vasudeva. And then after that, from Vasudeva, Tato Jagan Mangala Achyutamsham Samahitam Surasutena Devi Dadar Sarvatmakam Atma Bhotam Kastaitanandakaram Manastaha. And then later on, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has transferred from the mind of Vasudeva to the mind of Devaki. Tato Jaganmangal Achyuta Amsham Samahitam Surasutena Devi. Surasutena Devi is the Surasutena Devi. Surasuta, it is mentioned like so the Surasena is the father of Vasudeva and Kunti. So Surasuta is the Vasudeva. By him, the Lord has moved from his mind to the mind of Devi. So this is Devaki. Dadara Sarvatmakam Atma Bhotam Kastayata Anandakaram Manastaha. Anandakaram Manastaha. Okay, so and then Lord has entered into the mind of Devaki. And then it is so beautifully, so it is describing the original Devaki having thus been initiated by Vasudeva became beautiful by carrying Lord Krishna, the original consciousness for everyone, the cause of all causes within the core of her heart, just as the east becomes beautiful by carrying the rising moon. Okay, likewise, the Lord has entered and the Devaki is so beautiful. Sa Devaki Sarva Jagannivasa Nivasa Bhuta Nitram Nareje Bhojendra Bhojendra Gehe Agnisikeva Ruddha Saraswati Dhyana Kale Yatasati. So during that time, so this is the effulgence of Devaki. So previously, Vasudeva, it is very difficult to go nearer to Vasudeva. Now, Lord is in the womb of Devaki. Devaki then kept within herself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sa Devaki Sarva Jagannivasa Nivasa Bhuta Nitra Nareje. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the shelter of all the living entities. Nivasa Bhuta Nitram Nareje. And Bhojendra Gehe Agni Sikeva Ruddha in the house of Kamsa. So the foundation, but because she was under the arrest in house of Kamsa, She was like the flames of a fire covered by the walls of a pot. So it is Agni Sikeva Ruddha Saraswati Jnana Kale Yatasati. So likewise, like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute it to the world for the benefit of human society. Likewise, Devaki in the prison of Kamsa, she is now so effulgent by having Krishna within herself. And so by looking, Tambikcha Kamsaha Prabhayajitantaram Virochayantim Bhavadam Sukismitam Ahaisha me prana haro harir guham dhruvam sito yanna pureyami dhrushi. So, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was within her home, Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere in the place where she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure, and smiling, Kamsa thought, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who is now within her, will kill me. Devaki was never before looked so brilliant and jubilant. So, likewise, Kamsa was thinking in such a way. And then further, uh, Kamsa is further thinking that Kimadjatasmin Karaniyamasu me Yadatta Tantro Navihanti Vikramam Striyaha Swasuhu Gurumatya Vadhoyam Yashaha Shriyam Hanti Anukalamayuhu. So he is thinking that what is my duty now? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who knows his purpose, will not give up his prowess. Devaki is a woman. She is my sister, and moreover, she is now pregnant. If I kill her, my reputation, opulence, and duration of life will certainly be vanquished. In such a way, he was thinking. This is how the Lord influences the mind of a demonic people. And then further, Sayesha Jivan Kalu Sampareto Vatetayo Atyanta Nusemsitena Dehe Mrutetam Manujaha Sepante Gantata Mondam Tanumani no Dhruvam. So when he was, if a person, he was thinking, so let us read this shloka. A person who is a very cruel, regarded as a dead, even while living, for a while he is living for after his death. Everyone condemns him. And after death of a person, the bodily concept of life, he is undoubtedly transferred to the hell known as Andhatama. Tamo Andham Tanumalino Dhruvam. So Kamsa is also contemplating it during that time because of the presence of Krishna in the Devaki's womb. And Devaki is in the prison house of Kamsa. So that he is also contemplating, if I do heinous acts by killing Devaki, then all my this reputation, opulence, and duration of life will certainly be vanquished. And then further, iti ghoratamam tamadbhavat sannivruttaha swayam prabhuhu aste pratiksham tajjanma harer vairanu kurut. So he just stopped the killing of the Devaki, the child in the womb at the stage. Deliberating in this way, Kamsa are determined to continue in enmity towards Supreme Personality God, refrained from vicious killing of his sister, decided to wait until the Lord was born and then do what he was needed. And then later on, Kamsa, he has always thinking of Krishna only whenever this child is going to take birth, and then I would kill him, like that. So in all times, he was always thinking. And then later on, so this is the starting point of the Lord Brahma and Shiva. They all accompany. Brahma Bhavasha Tatraitya Munibihi Naradadibihi Devaihi Sa Anucharaihi Sakam Girbihi Vrushanam Aidayan. So they are all Brahma, Shiva, Tatra Yetya Munibihi Naradadibihi, and also Narada Muni and many other demigods like the Indra, Chandra, and Varuna. So Devaihi Sa Anucharaihi, along with their associates, Anucharaihi, Sakam Girbihi, they started glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vrushanam Aidayan. So they are glorifying this to please the Lord. Idayan. Okay, so now the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes very beautifully by the demigods when the Lord is in the womb of Devaki. Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yonim Nihitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyam Ruta Satya Netram Satyatmakam Tvam Saranam Prapannaha. This is Satyam, the absolute truth. Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam. So the demigods are praying, you never deviate from your vow, which is always perfect because of whatever you decide is perfectly correct and cannot be stopped by anyone. This is Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam, being present in the three phases of cosmic manifestation. This is Trisatyam, creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Satyasya yonim nihitam cha satye. You are the supreme truth. Indeed, unless one is completely truthful, one cannot achieve your favor, which therefore cannot be achieved by the Hippocrates. Satyasya satyam ruta satya netram. Satyasya satyam ruta satya netram. You are the active principle, the real truth in all ingredients of creation, and therefore you are known as the Antaryami and the inner force. This is the Satyanetram, Ruta Satyanetram, Satyatmakam Tvam Saranam Prapanna. You are the equal to Sarvatmakam, equal to everyone, and your instructions apply for everyone for all time. You are the beginning of all truth. Therefore, offering our obeisances, we surrender unto you. Kindly give us your protection. So these are the glories of the demigods. It will continue. So further, it is so many beautiful prayers are there. Out of these prayers, one of the shloka Prabhupada frequently quotes that in the 32 shloka here. येन्य अरविन्दाक्ष विमुक्तमानिनः त्वयिष्टभावाद् अविशुद्धबुद्धयः आरुह्य कृच्छ्रेण परं पदं ततः पतन्त्यधः अनादृत युष्मदङ्गरयः. So here many people think that the absolute supreme personality of Godhead, that he does not have any form. It is called Ashtabhavad, Tvayashtabhavad, Avishuddha Buddhayah, without any pure intelligence. आरुह्य कृच्छ्रेण परं पदं ततः पतन्त्यधः अनादृत युष्मदङ्गरयः. So likewise, they make mistakes and fall down from their position. Likewise, demigods are praying, and then further glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it continues, and then at the end of the prayers, they have they are glorifying the Lord, like you appear in the forms of Mashya, Ashwa, Kachapa, Nrusimha, Varaha, Hamsa, Rajanya, Vipra, Bhudeshu, Kuttavataraha, Twampasida Tribhonam cha Yata Dunesha, Bharam Bho Hara Yaduttama Vandanam Te. So we offer our obeisances to you unto O Krishna, O Supreme Personality of Godhead. You appear in different forms, in different incarnations, for the well-being of this entire universe. After that is their last shloka, and later on the demigods, they pray to they also appreciate Devaki Devi. Dishyambhate kukshikatah parah puman amshena sakshat bhagwan bhavayanah ma bhut ma abhut bhayam bhod patehe mumosho bhokta yadunam bhavita tavatmajah. Oh Devaki, do not worry. So here you have got the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dishyambhate kukshikatah, in your womb. Kukshikatah, the Lord is there. Paraha puman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Amshena sakshat bhagavan bhavayanah, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally. So he is now in your womb. Ma abhut bhayam, do not worry anymore. Bhodepatehe, about the Kamsa. Mumushoho gopta yadunam bhavita tavatmajah. So he is the protector of the entire Yadu dynasty. So likewise, demigods appreciate Devaki Devi. After that, iti abhistoya purusham yadhrupam anidam yata brahma ishana purodhaya devaha pratiyehu divam and all demigods, they left back to their abodes, their heavenly planets. So with that one, the second chapter completes, and then where now the appearance of Krishna, the third chapter, birth of Lord Krishna. So here, this is very important whenever Sukadeva Goswami is describing the auspicious environment, how it looks. Sukadeva Goswami mentioning, Atta sarva gunopetaha kalaha paramashodhanaha yadhi eva यदि एव अजन जन्मरुक्षं शान्तरुक्षगृहतारकं दिशः प्रसेदुः गगनं निर्मलोडुगणोदयं महीमङ्गलभूयिष्ठा पुरग्रामवजाकर नद्यः प्रसन्नसलिला हृदा जलरुहश्रियः द्विजालीकुल सन्नाद स्तवका वनराजयः ववो वायुः सुखस्पर्शः पुण्यगन्धावहः शुचिः अग्नयश्च द्विजातीनां शान्तास्तत्रा समिन्दता मनांशासन् प्रसन्नानि साधूनाम् असुरद्रुहां जायमाने अजने तस्मिन् नेदुः दुन्दुभयः समम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, whenever he is appearing, everything is all auspicious. Everything is so peaceful. So, in such a particular auspicious time, Sukadeva Goswami is describing. So, at that time, Jaguhu Kinnara Gandharvahu, Tushtavuhu Siddha Charanaha, Vidhyadarsha, Nandutuhu, Apsarobihi Samamudha, and the Siddhas, Charanas, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, everyone, they are very pleased and they started dancing. Nandutuhu, dancing. Apsarobihi Samamudha, when they are dancing like that with so much of happiness. And how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is appearing, it is described in the 7th and 8th shlokas here. Mumuchuhu munayo devaha sumanamsi mudanvitaha mandam mandam jaladhara jagadjuhu anusagaram nisite tamabudbhute jayamane janardhane devakyam devarupinyam vishnuhu sarvaguhasayah avirasi jita pracham disinduhu iva pushkalaha. So demigods and great saintly persons showered flowers in a joyous mood, and clouds gathered in the sky and very mildly thundered, making sounds like those of the ocean's waves. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki in the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon, because Devaki was of the same category as Sri Krishna. So Devakyam Devrupinyam Vishnuhu Sarva Guhasayah Avirasid Yatha Pracham Disinduhu Iva Pushkalaha. So like the moon is rising in the eastern origin, like where the Lord has appeared from the womb of Devaki. So now this is very important how he has appeared and what Vasudeva is looking about the child who has appeared from the womb of Devaki. Tam adbhutam balakam ambudekshanam chaturbhujam Shankagadad yudayudam Srivachalakshmam galashobhikaustabham Pitambharam sandrapayodasobhagam Maharhavaidhurya kirita kundala Vishaparishvakta sahasra kuntalam Muddhama Kanchangada Kankanadibihi Virochamanum Vasudeva Aikshata. Vasudeva has seen like Tam Adbhutam Balakam Ambhujekshanam. The child, the newborn child, the child is like who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes. Ambhujekshanam, Balakam Ambhujekshanam. That sometimes we see the pictures that Lord has appeared like a big form. It is not the big form, the child form. The newborn child who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes. Tam Adbhutam Chaturbhujam Senka Gadayudayudam. And the child has got 4 hands. Chaturbhujam, and the 4 hands having Senka Gadayudayudam. He has got this. He has got the Shanka and the mace, conch shell mace, and then these lotus flowers, the symbols in 4 hands. Srivatsa Lakshmam Galashobhi Kaustubham. He has got the Srivatsa on his chest, and Galashobhi Kaustubham. So in his neck, he has got the Kaustubhamani. Pitambaram sa Andhra Payoda Sobhagam. And he has got a brilliant Kaustubha gem, and then dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud. And then Maharha Vaiduri Kirita Kundalam. So, and then he has got a scattered, and his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem Vaiduria. So, Maharha Vaiduri Kirita Kundala, Tvisha Parishvakta Sahastra Kuntalam. And his scattered hair, fully grown hair. So Krishna's, as soon as Krishna's born, he has got hair fully grown, and his helmet and his earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem Vaiduria. Muddama Kanchangada Kankanadibihi Virochamanam Vasudeva Aikshata. And the child, decorated with a brilliant belt, armlets, bangles, and other ornaments, appear very wonderful. So as soon as child is born, generally it is he comes with a naked body. But here Krishna has got all garments and all his weapons and all. He is rich by birth itself. He is very rich. Has got all earrings. He does not have any further decorations. So in such a way, Vasudeva is looking that child, the beautiful child. And looking at child Vasudeva, he was bit Vismitaha. Sa Vismayo Utpulla Vilochano Harim Suta Vilokya Anaka Dundibhi tada Krishnavataro Utsava Sambramot Sprushan Muda Vijebhyo Aitamapluto Ghavam. So as soon as he sees the child, he struck with wonder. When Vasudeva saw his extraordinary son, his eyes were struck with wonder. In transcendental jubilation, he mentally collected 10,000 cows and distributed them among the Brahmanas as a transcendental festival. So in such a way, O Maharaja Parikshit, descendant of King Bharata, Vasudeva could understand that this child was Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. Having concluded this without a doubt, he became fearless, bowing down with the folded hands and concentrating his attention. He began to offer prayers to the child, who illuminated his birthplace by his natural influence. Okay, so that is Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Today is the appearance day of Sri Krishna Janmashtami. So further, there are beautiful prayers of Vasudeva. We are not going further details into those prayers. Okay, so that is from the events perspective. So just in order to recite these shlokas, how the auspicious moment, how the Krishna has appeared with his 4 hands in the child form, fully grown hair, helmet, and everything else. It is not an ordinary child. It is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so that is appearance day. So just to bring those things, that is the event's perspective. And so here the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in the 4th chapter, so Krishna describes himself. Ajopi san avyayatma, bhutanam ishwaropi san. So he describes that Ajopisan Aviyatma Bhotanam Ishwaropisan Prakritim Swam Adhisthaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. Even, even though I don't have got any birth, Ajopi Aviyatma Bhotanam Ishwaropisan. I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Lord of all the living entities. Prakritim Swam Adhisthaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. I appear in this planet. Prakritim Swam Adhisthaya Sambhavami Atmamaya, by my internal potency, that is Yoga Maya. And Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanid Bhavati Bharata Abhyuddhanam Adharmasya Tadatmanam Sujamyaham. And whenever and wherever there is a decline in the religious principles, Dharmasya Glanihi Bhavati Bharata, at that time I appear abhyudhanam adharmasya, to elevate this religious principles. Tadatmanam sujamyaham, I appear by myself. I do not be created by the nature. Tadatmanam sujamyaham. And for what purpose? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samstapanadhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To protect the devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha chadushkrutam. Vinashaya chadushkrutam. To annihilate the demoniac. Dharma samstapanadhaya. Just to establish the religious principles. Sambhavami yuge yuge. I appear in the every millennium. And all my appearances are they're divine, they're transcendental. Whoever understands those pastimes, they will be relieved from the materialistic entanglement. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha chattva deham punarjanma naiti mam veti sodhuna. So in such a way, Krishna says that whoever understands Krishna's pastimes, they'll be relieved from the material entanglement. Okay, that is Krishna's statements. So he appears so wonderfully, one has to glorify his pastimes, his appearance and his appearance and his karma, divine activities, divine pastimes. Okay, so that is today's Janmashtami. Many devotees are participating in the services at the temple. Okay, so it is an opportunity for the conditioned soul to glorify the Lord. Okay, that is from Evan's perspective. We shall move to our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so here Maitri Rishi he has glorifying Vidura as well. So after appreciating Vidura for his inquiries, he is mentioning about little bit of his pastimes that O Vidura, it is not very wonderful that you are completely absorbed in Krishna and asking questions about Krishna because you are born out of the semen of Vyasadeva and you are previously Yamadharmaraja. So now because of the Mandavya Muni's curse, now you have appeared just like a Sudra, Vidura, but here you are not ordinary person. So likewise, Maitreya was mentioning, Mandavya Shapat Bhagavan Praja Samyamuno Yamaha Bratuho Kshetre Bhujishyayam Jataha Satyavati Sutat. So now you have appeared by the again, by the semen of Vyasadeva, you have appeared from the kept wife of Vichitra Virya. That is maid servant of Ambika. Okay, so after saying that, oh Vidura, do you know one thing? So whenever the Lord was leaving his abode, he has given some confidential instructions to me so that I can deliver those instructions onto you. Because you are one of the most confidential associates of the Lord. Likewise, Maitreya Rishi is saying to Vidura. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 5 and verse number 21. भवान् भगवतो नित्यं सम्मतः सानुगस्यः यश्च ज्ञानोपदेशाय मा अदिशद् भगवान् व्रजन्. Bhavan Bhagavato Nityam. Bhavan, yourself, O Vidura, yourself, Bhagavataha Nityam, or the personality of Godhead, Nityam, eternal, Sammataha Sanugasyaha, and your recognized associate of the Lord. One of the, so Lord, there are 12 Mahajanas were mentioned by Yamadharmaraja, he himself, when he was speaking to his Yamaparshadas, his soldiers. It comes as part of the Ajamila pastimes. So he was mentioning, so there are 12 authoritative representative of the Lord. I am one of them. Likewise, Yamadharmara says. So here, Sammataha Sanugasyaha. So one of the associates, Sa Anugasyaha, You have been one of the associates of the Lord. Yasya Jnanopadeshaya, and of whom Jnana Upadeshaya, the knowledge Upadeshaya for instructing, Ma Adishat, and it was given, I was ordered by the Lord. Ma Adishat Bhagavan, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vrajan, while he was returning to his abode. Bhavan Bhagavato Nityam Sammataha Sanugasyah Yasya Jnanopadeshaya Ma Dishat Bhagavan Vrajan. So, translation. Your good self is one of the eternal associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for whose sake the Lord, while going back to his abode, left instructions with me. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so can I request Asha Mataji to read the purport, please?
Yamaraja, the great controller of life after death, decides the living entities' destinies in their next lives. He is surely among the most confidential representatives of the Lord. Such confidential posts are an offer to great devotion of the Lord, who are as good as his eternal associates in the spiritual sky. And because Vidura happened to be among them, the Lord, while returning to Vaikunta, left instructions for Vidura with Maitreya Muni. Generally, the eternal associates of the Lord in the spiritual sky do not come to the material world. Sometimes they come, however, by the order of the Lord, not to hold any administrative post, but to associate with the Lord in person or to propagate the message of God in human society. Such empowered representatives are called Sakriya Avataras or incarnations, invested with transcendental power of eternal attorney. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So, Yamadharmaraja is the great control of life after death, decides the living entities' destinies in their next lives. He is surely among the most confidential representative of the Lord. So sometimes we think that he is so cruel, but actually Yamadharmaraja, he's so compassionate to the living entities as well. So he is a devotee of the Lord. So he is sadhu. But we are afraid because of our sinful activities. We fear and we think like that. It is our reflection. It is not, but actually Yamadharmaraja is so good. He is a sadhu. And he is inclined to the devotees all the time. And wherever the devotees, when in the beginning, first canto, Saunakadi sages and Sudha Goswami's conversation. So whenever it is happening, when we are discussing Krishna Katha, even Yamadharmaraja will come and sit there and he will stop his function that taking the life of other people. So that in that way we can understand that by doing the Krishna Katha, be present in the Krishna Katha, we are having association of Yamadharmaraja as well. And there will not be death takes place. So this is the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam by in between the conversations between Sudha Goswami and Saunakadi sages. He will also come and hear Krishna Katha. He is so much attracted to the Krishna Katha. So, and here Yamadharmaraja, he is a devotee, so he is a confidential representative of the Lord. Such confidential posts are offered to great devotees of the Lord who are as good as his eternal associates in the spiritual sky. So they're all given different functions for the universal administration. Okay, and because Vidra happened to be among them, the Lord, while returning to Vaikunta, left instructions for Vidra with Maitreya Muni. Okay, so that is what it is giving. This is about the third canto and fourth canto completely. This knowledge is with Maitreya Muni, how this universe has been created and about the Lord and about the soul, how it traverses from one body to another body, like that, and also giving some information about his birth as well, about Vidra's birth. Okay, so such kind of, it is called transcendental knowledge. That is with now Maitreya Muni, what Lord has spoken to Maitreya directly for the sake of Vidura. Generally, the eternal associates of the Lord in the spiritual sky do not come to the material world. This is the natural citizens, but here we have got citizens in this world. We do not go to the prisons. But if you are going, there is a purpose for it. Because maybe Lord may be present there, he is visiting, so that we also wanted to associate with the Lord, like that. So that is the freedom. The spiritual world is the complete freedom. Everyone vasantyatra purushaha sarve vaikuntamurtayaha animitta nimittena dharmena aradayan harim. Their devotional service it taking place continuously all the time. And there is only one supreme personality of Godhead. And all are in cooperation with each and everyone, singing the glories of the Lord likewise. So sometimes they come, however, by the order of the Lord, not to hold any administrative post, but to associate with the Lord in person or to propagate the message of God in human society. So here there are many associates of the Lord. Some are appointed in the universal administrations, some are directly coming from the spiritual world, and they do not take any post in this material administrations. But whenever Lord appears, they also accompany the Lord to perform the pastimes. And during that time, there is again, so now we have seen some pastimes of appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the Srimad Bhagavatam. But in the Sri Brahma Vaivat Mahapurana, there is one entire Shri Krishna Janmakanda. So I think it comes educationworld.com, education Sanatan Library. So here, if you go look at here, Shri Brahma Vaivat Mahapurana, where in this Puranas there is one entire Khanda, Brahmavayata Purana. This one entire Sri Krishna Janmakanda, and before his appearance, the entire setting of the scene, the Lord instructs all the demigods and his associates who are going to do what, where they are going to appear. So here, praises of Vishnu, Vraja turns into, so the kind of, what is this one? I can't read entirely. So description of the Goloka and Radha and the Sri Dhamas, Sri Dhama. This is past time again. This is what is this chapter? I can't see the entire name. Description of Goloka, abode of Krishna, emergence of Krishna and birth of Krishna, fasting of Janmashtami and the festives of Nand Maharaj. So there are around 10 chapters just before Krishna's appearance, the setting of the scene, who is going to take birth where and who are their father and mother, which demigod is going to take birth in what form. Likewise, Krishna allocates everyone. And devotees, you can just go and look here, a description of Goloka, how beautiful it is. It is described on the board of Krishna and the emergence of Krishna. So appearance of Krishna, it is properly described here. If you wanted to have the names and what is the circumstances of each and every character in that particular moment, you can, if you look at it, all your doubts will be completely cleared out. Okay, so in such a way, the Lord sometimes they come, however, by the order of the Lord, not to hold any administrative post, but to associate with the Lord in person or to propagate the message of God in human society. So this is the purpose. And some empowered representatives are called Sektavesha avatars, or incarnations invested with transcendental power of attorney. So the Sektavesha avatars, just like Vyasadeva is a Sektavesha avatar. He has been potency to compile the literatures, and Narada Muni to preach Krishna consciousness. These are all Sektavesha avatars. And Parashurama, he was being empowered to kill the bad kings, like that. And then there are few incarnations like the intelligence, the Kumaras, they are all personified intelligence. So each incarnation, again, there are different incarnations like the Purushavataras, Gunavataras, Yugavataras, and Yugavataras, Gunavataras, Purushavataras, Leelavataras, and Yugavataras. Yugavataras, the Lord will come in different colors, Pita, Rakta, like that, and Shyama, that is Yugavatara. There are again, it is described here. Let me just share the screen in the Goloka chart. If you look at the Goloka chart, there it is described here. In the right bottom corner, so there are one is the Leela avatars, Guna avatars, Sektavesha avatars, Yuga avatars, the Manvantara avatars, and then what is that? So around 6 of them. But third one is the Purusha incarnate, Purusha avatars. Under Sektavesha avatars, it is described here. This is Kapila Deva, Rishabha Deva. There are Bhagavad Avesha avatars directly, and indirect ones are the Shri Naga, Sheshanaga, and the Lord Brahma, and then Narada Muni, and Parashurama, and the Maharaja Prutu. These are all Sektavesha incarnations. So here we see here it is very small. So just make a little bit bigger. So these are the Sektavesha avatars. Yuga avatars, they come in a different colors. Sukla, Rakta, Shyama, Krishna, like that. Manvanta avatara, Yajna, Vibhu, Satyasena, Hari, and Vaikunta, Ajita, Vamana, and Sarvabhauma. These are all Manvantara avatara. And Guna avatars, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Leela avatars, 20 to 25 incarnations are given here. And then Purusha avatars. This is the Karnadak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Karnadak Sai Vishnu. Okay, so likewise, there are 6 kinds of Avesha avatars. So these Sektavesha avatars are incarnations invested with the transcendental power of attorney to preach Krishna consciousness. So that's why sometimes even Janasya Krishna Vimukasya Devad Adharmasilasya Sudikitasya Anugrahayeha Charantinono Bhotani Bhavyani Janardhanasya. So Vidura was mentioning to Maitri Rishi that devotees of the Lord, they wander around the world to give knowledge of Krishna, bring back the conditioned souls back to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is their purpose. They are all Sektavesha avatars. They are Nitya Siddhas and Krupa Siddhas, like that. Okay, so those Lord's associates, they want that. They are empowered representatives. So here, Maitreya is mentioning to Vijara that Bhavan Bhagavato Nityam Sammataha Sanugasyaha Yasya Jnanopadeshaya Ma Adishat Bhagavan Rajan. Likewise, he is mentioning. And he also mentioned, because Vijara is one of the Yamadharma Raja is Dwadashaite Vijanimo Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhataha Guhyam Vishuddham Durbodham Yam Jnatwamrutam Asnute. There are 12 Dwadasaite Vijanimo. One has to know that there are 12 authorities. So I am one of them. So he mentions that one. So this is the Swayambhu Narada Simbhu Kumaro Kapilo Manuhu Prahaladu Januko Bhishma Bhalir Vayasakirvayam. Bhalir Vayasakirvayam. I am also one of those ones. And here these people repeat what the Lord has said. Lord speaks, whatever Lord speaks, as we have seen, Satyam, one everywhere there are around 8 or 10 times Satya, it is used, absolute truth. That will be the Dharmam to Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. Navai viduhu Rishyo Napi Devaha Na Siddha Mukhya Asura Manushyaha Kutonu Vidhyadara Charanadayaha. Only the Lord speaks, that will become Dharma, not by anyone else, not by Navai viduhu rushayo napi devaha. If demigod speaks, that does not become dharma. If Rishi speaks, that is not dharma. Nasiddha and Siddhi speaks, that is also not dharma. Asuras are manushas, humans are demons, are kutotu vidyadara charanadayaha, what to speak of any other people. If anyone speaks like that, that is not dharma. Whatever the Supreme Personality of Godhead speaks, that is dharma. That is one must hear. It is not that Lord Shiva says, Lord Brahma says, not Maitreya Muni says, Vidura says, Dhritarashtra says, Arjuna says. This is not the right thing. But because the conception is whatever the Supreme Personality of Godhead speaks, that is dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. And because these are all devotees of the Lord, they simply repeat the message of the Krishna. That's why they are also empowered. Not because simply they are saying. They repeat the exactly whatever the Lord speaks. That's why they're all empowered. They're also as good as the Lord. Sometimes that's why we speak them as Bhagavan. Sukadeva Goswami speaks Bhagavan. And Sutta Goswami speaks Sukadeva Goswami as Bhagavan. Sukadeva Goswami speaks Maitreya as a Bhagavan only once because they are the representative of the Lord. That's why, first of all, out of all these Puranas, who is speaking to whom? And actually, we need to see where Krishna is speaking first. That one is aligning with whenever other people are speaking. Whenever other people are speaking, whether that is aligning to the Supreme Personality of Godhead words, that we have to understand. So that one, in a summary way, we read Bhagavad Gita. There we understand. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhudabhava samanvitaha. Everything comes only from me. There is no matta paramnanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mai protam idham sarvam sutre manigana eva. Entire universe, everything comes from only from me. There is no better truth than me. There is nothing equal, no greater than. Like all the pearls stringed in a thread, all these universes are just like under my control. Likewise, the Supreme Personality of Godhead says, whenever some person is saying about any statement, whether it is aligning to Krishna's or not, that one we need to make sure. That's why Puranas, we have got 18 Puranas. 6 are for the people of mode of goodness, 6 for people in the mode of passion, 6 Puranas for the people in the mode of ignorance. They may be speaking so many things. Oh, my Purana is good, my Purana is great, like that. But whether it is aligning where the Lord is speaking, what Lord is speaking, is it aligning to the Lord or not? That we need to make sure. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. This Yamadharma Raja mentions this one. It is not that if some demigod says something that does not become dharma. It is if it is aligning to the Krishna, then it is dharma. So here Vidra is one of those representatives of the Lord. So that's why Lord has given those instructions through Maitreya Rishi to Vidura. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So here Maitreya Rishi says, Bhavan Bhagavato Nityam Sammataha Sanugasyaha Yasya Jnanopadeshaya Ma Adishad Bhagavan Rajan. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today letter to Bali Madhyana, November 4th, 1970, Bombay. Okay, can I request other devotee to read this letter, please? Any unallocated devotees, please?
Shall I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
My dear Bali Mardhan, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your air letter from Japan dated 18th October 1970, and I have noted the contents with great encouragement. It is for your daring and active nature that I have chosen you to represent me as GBC man for the Southeast Asia zone. And I can see from your latest words that my choice has not been wrong. I think that Singapore and Hong Kong are English speaking places so that you will not find much difficulty there. So just open two nice centers immediately, and that will link up our chain of centers around the world. The basic principles of our actions should be that they are all meant for pleasing Krishna. If we act always in this consciousness, automatically everyone will be attracted to devotional service. And this is the secret of our preaching work. If you simply practice regulative principle, which I have introduced to you, with remain will remain pure. Factually, this is our only strength. I have seen better ora- orator, better scholar, and better organizers, but no one is becoming pure by following regulative principles. Simply because we rise early, take bath, chant 16 round, and strive with every activity for please Krishna. That is the impress. That is the impresses. That is what impresses others. Please report me fortnightly and correspond with your other GBC man as well. I request that you always display and distribute my books wherever possible. Hope this finds you in good health. Your ever Volusia, Esi Bhakti Bantu Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. You may take your points, Mataji. Prabhuji.
It is very important. We should do whatever we do always to please Krishna and always follow the four regulative principles and preach Krishna consciousness with the book distribution and spread the Krishna consciousness to please Krishna. That's my takeaway, Prabhu Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other reflections? Hangma Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji, from this letter?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji has already explained the main gist of the letter very nicely, and yes, Prabhuji, that was it. And also just some administrative, like he has chosen Bali Mardan as being the GBC man for Southeast Asia. I think GBC means governing body for the as being representative, and as he's very active in nature, so that's why he has chosen. And also he has seen other people who are also very good organizers and scholars, but since they are not following the regulative principles, they would not be a proper person and for the role. And he says that following the regulative principles, that is uh, what is the most important thing, and that is what makes others as well very that is what influences others as well. Yes, Prabhuji, that would be the takeaway points. Hare Krishna.
And also, would you like to share, Mataji? What are the principles, like what needs to be done, everyone?
Regulative principles would be chanting 16 rounds of the Harinam mantras, and also not taking any alcohols and meat, and and that is I think
Gambling.
yes, and avoiding gambling and illicit relationship with um, that is what I know, Prabhuji, the four principles.
Yes, and disassociating with the materialistic people.
Yes, and that as well, Prabhuji.
Yes, very beautiful, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Any other points, Mataji, wanted to share?
And from the letter, yes, that would be all, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So there are so many intelligent people in this world, but they speak so much of philosophies, but they don't follow the regulations, rules and regulations. Hypocrisy. They say to others, they don't follow. But here, devotees here in a Krishna consciousness, even the child, he become a preacher because he follows the regulatory rules and regulations and chanting you as much as possible. They chant and 1 round, 2 rounds, and 4 rounds, and 8 rounds, and 16 rounds. And following the regulation principles, waking up early, taking bath, chant 16 rounds, and strive every activity to please Krishna. That is what impresses others. It is not that we become intelligent like that. Because we are following the rules and regulations, that makes us to keep in the purity. Purity is the force. Because of the purity, Brahma says, "Na bharti mingam shopalakshate na vaikochinme manuso mrushagatihi." Uh, he mentions, whatever I speak, it becomes true, and my words never go false because I always keep the Lord in my heart. I speak only about the truth and about the Lord, nothing else. So Lord, make sure that whatever I speak, it will come in true. Yenmi khud outkantiduto harihi. And he does not fall down from his position because he follows these rules and regulations. Purity is the force. Purity is the force, books are the basis, and preaching is the essence. So these are the principles that we follow. Thank you so much, Mataji, for participating in this letter. Any other comments? Okay. From Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got Bhagavad Gita Sangha, but it is all services are unallocated and devotees will take part. Whoever comes, they will take part in the services, singing or doing Mangalacharan prayers or whatever it is, even though they will share. Because of Krishna's festival today, Janmashtami festival, many devotees are going to the temple. So we don't have a set strategy for this evening. So as we devotees come, we go ahead with the flow. Okay, so that is the update from me. And dear devotees, you may be going to the temples and have got so many plans or events are going on, or you want to share anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no further updates, then we shall move to our next part as Saturday morning, Shri Brahma Samhita. So today only first shloka only we will do. In the last session, we have briefly described, discussed, finished the foreword and entered into the Shri Brahma Samhita. That is the Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishnaha. The first shloka. We read a little bit of purport today. Okay, so can I request devotees to recite this shloka? Hanma Mataji, would you like to do first, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. To recite the shloka?
Yes, Mataji.
Ishvara Paramaha Krishnaha Satchit Ananda Vigraha Anandir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam.
3 times, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Would you like to do 2 more times, Mataji?
Prabhuji, pardon?
ईश्वरः परमः कृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिर् आदिर्गोविन्दः सर्वकारणकारणम्. Would you like to do 2 more times, Mataji, please?
Prabhuji, sorry for that. Okay. Ishvara Paramaha Krishnaha Satchida Ananda Vigraha Anandir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. Ishvara Paramaha Krishnaha Satchid Ananda Vigraha Anandir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful, Mataji. Very nice. Asha Mataji, would you like to recite 3 times, Mataji?
ईश्वरः परमकृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिर्गोविन्द सर्वकारणकारणम् ईश्वरः परमकृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिर्गोविन्द सर्वकारणकारणम् ईश्वरः परमकृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिर्गोविन्द सर्वकारणकारणम्
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, can you request Gauri Mataji next, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchid Ananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Hare Krishna.
Great. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So this is the Brahma Samhita, the first shloka of the 5th chapter. There are 100 chapters. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preserved this 5th chapter from it. So this is the only available one for us at the moment. There are maybe 99 chapters. We don't see whereabouts of those. But here in this chapter, first shloka, it is Lord Brahma, he glorifies Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so we shall read some lines from here. We've got 3 paragraphs. Can I request Hanuma Mataji to read synonyms and translation and first paragraph of the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. Synonyms: Ishvara, the controller; Paramaha, supreme; Krishna, Lord Krishna; Sat, comprising eternal existence; Chit, absolute knowledge; Ananda, and absolute bliss; Vigraha, whose form; Anandi, without beginning; Adi, the origin; Govinda, Lord Govinda; Sarva Karana Karanam, the cause of all causes. Translation: Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. Purport: Krishna is the exalted supreme entity having his eternal name, eternal form, eternal attribution, and eternal pastimes. The very name Krishna implies his love-attracting designation, expressing by his eternal nomenclature the acme of entity. His eternal, beautiful, heavenly, blue-tinged body, glowing with the intensity of ever-existing knowledge, has a flute in both his hands. As his inconceivable spiritual energy is all extending, still he maintains his all charming medium size by his qualifying uh, spiritual instrumentals. His all accommodating supreme subjectivity is nicely manifested in his eternal form. The concentrated, all-time presence, uncovered knowledge, and inebriating felicity have their beauty in him. The mundane manifestive portion of his own self is known as all all-pervading Paramatma, Ishvara, superior Lord or Vishnu, all-fostering. Hence, it is evident that Krishna is sole supreme Godhead. His unrivaled or unique spiritual body of super excellent charm is eternally unveiled with innumerable spiritual instrumental senses and unreckonable attributes, keeping their signifying location properly, adjusting at the same time by his inconceivable conciliative powers. The beautiful spiritual figure is identical with Krishna, and the spiritual entity of Krishna is identical with his own figure. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Asha Mataji, would you like to read next paragraph, Mataji?
The sorry, the very intensely blended entity of eternal presence of felicitous cognition is the charming targeted holding or transcendental icon. It follows that the conception of the indistinguishable formless magnitude Brahman, which is an indolent lax presentment of cognitive bliss, is merely a penumbra of intensely blended glow of the three concomitants with the blissful, the substantive, and the cognitive. This transcendental manifestive icon Krishna in his original face is primordial background of magnitudinal infinity Brahman and all pervasive oversoul. Krishna, as truly visioned in his variegated pastimes, such as owner of transcendental cows, chief of cowherds, consort of milkmaid, ruler of the terres- terrestrial abode, Goloha, and object of worship by transcendental residents of Goloha, milkmaid, ruler, Goloha beauties, Goloha beauties is Govinda. He is the root cause beauties in is Govinda. He is the root cause of all causes, who are the predominating and predominated agents of the universe. The glance of his projected fractional portion in the sacred originated water with the personal oversoul or Paramatma gives rise to a secondary potency nature who creates this mundane universe. This oversoul's intermediate energy brings forth the individual souls analogously to the illuminated rays of the sun. This book is three Trias of Krishna. So the primaples enacted by chanting his name in the beginning. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry, Prabhu, I find it hard to read.
Thank you, Mataji. We have read very nicely. So can you request Hangma Mataji to describe the first paragraph, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The words were a bit difficult for me as well, so I didn't read through with taking notes as well, but I will try. So in the purport, it is explained how beautiful form of the beautiful form of Krishna, who is the superior Lord. And here it is all and here it also mentions that his name Krishna means he'll attract love, attracting all designations, as in loving all, everyone, all the creation of the all the entities in the creation equally and lovingly. And how his body has that blue tint on his skin, and how beautifully he looks with that glow, and with his flute on his hand, how elegant he looks, and the energy that exudes from him is all extending, and how he maintains his charm, and he and how overally how his form is so beautiful that it that any like that it transcends time, and it is very transcendental form. And the his presence and his presence, and how his presence is presence uncovers the knowledge. And sorry Prabhuji, some of the words I do not understand. And hence hence it is described how magnificent his charm is, and how beautiful the supreme godhead of this universe is. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Prabhuji, my apologies. I couldn't describe it properly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. You have described Krishna very beautiful, Mataji. So here Krishna in his eternal form, in a two-handed form. That is the eternal form, two-handed form of the Lord. Charm. Where is that form of Krishna? Okay. So here it is described Venum Kwanantam Arvinda Dalayatakyam Barhavatamsam Asitam Bhasundharangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So having within his two hands Venum Kwanantam Arvinda Dalayataksham. He has got eyes with lotus petal eyes and bluish body. So this is describing in further later verses, Lord Brahma glorifies his beauty, how beautiful he is. So that is the eternal, beautifully, heavenly, blue-tinged body glowing with the intensity of ever-existing knowledge, has a flute in both hands. And Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pastyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya suridhula vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. All his bodily limbs. So I think here it is mentioning that the spiritual instrumentals are the senses. Unveiled with innumerable spiritual instrument senses and unreckonable attributes keeping their significant location properly. He is mentioning Angani Yasya Sakalendri Vrittimanti, and each sense does all functions. It is not that for us, eyes can only see, but Krishna's eyes can do everything. Through his eyes, he can eat. Through his eyes, he begot the children, he created the universe. And through eyes, he sees so many things. One sense contains multiple functions. Inconceivable conciliative powers adjusting at the same time, inconceivable conciliative power. So here, this purport and purport is the Bhashya, translations. It is described by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. So that's why sometimes we see the words are a bit tricky. Even for us, it is not regular words that we see Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam like that. They are a bit of tricky words. Sir, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. So as we have seen in the purport, forward, at the end, it was mentioning Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Okay, and this beautiful figure is identical with Krishna, and the spiritual entity of Krishna is identical with his own figure. So this is his name, eternal form, eternal attribution, eternal pastimes. And here Krishna, his names expressing by eternal nomenclature the acme of entity. Acme of entity. Nomenclature is giving the names. How do we give the names to the person? I have got a very beautiful child. How do I give the names? I may give some kind of different names. But nowadays, many people give dogs, cats, and dog names, cat names to their children. Jimmy, Tommy, like that. That is not the right way. But Krishna does Nanda Nandana, Yashoda Nandana, all attractive. That is Krishna, all beautiful. Sundarangam, Kandarpakoti, Kamaniya Sundarangam, Govinda Madi Purusham, Govinda, who is the pleasure giver to the cows and senses, Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam, he is the cause of all causes, innumerable names of the Lord. This is called nomenclature, eternal nomenclature by acme of entity, by his pastimes, by Janma Karma Chime Divyam Yevam Yo Veti Tatpataha. So by his pastimes, his appearance, and how his existence, everything by that acme of entity, we give the names. And Krishna, the name implies his loving attraction, designation. And as soon as we see a flute, we immediately understand Krishna. As soon as we see a peacock feather, immediately we understand Krishna. So this is how we can remember Krishna. Everything. As soon as we see the cloud, we remember Krishna. Asidam Bhuta Sundharangam. So likewise, Meghavarnam Shubhangam, Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrusham, Meghavarnam Shubhangam, Lakshmikantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhi Dhyana Gamyam. The yogis meditate on that Supreme Personality of Godhead. So likewise, he has got so many names, Lakshmipati. What to speak? That's why you can put innumerable things, but still we are a little bit less to glorify Krishna. Nantam vidamyaham ami munyograjaste maya balasya purushasya kuto varaye gayan gunan dasasatarana adidevaha sheshodinapi samavasya nasya param. Even Lord Shesha with 1,000 hoods from time immemorial has been glorifying God, glorifying Krishna's names and pastimes, but still samavasya na asya param, he could not complete yet completely. So that is the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, na anantam. Okay, so anantam, unlimited. So that is the describing the Krishna's very charming, beautiful form. And in the next paragraph again, it is described here. Asha Mataji, would you like to describe Mataji from the second paragraph?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I find it hard to explain. I only understand he is very blissful and transcendental icon. I really didn't understand the rest of it.
Yes, Mataji.
And he's the chief of cowherds, milkmaid. He's the ruler of about Goloha. Sorry, Prabhu, I don't know.
Yes, Mataji. So there are many words, they are very tricky here. Even I
Yeah,
see.
I never heard them before.
Yes. So indolent lacks presentation of as a presentment of cognitive bliss like that is merely penumbra of intensely blended glow of the three concomitants viz the blissful, substantive, and cognitive. Every word is a new to me. So here, this one. So it is Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabihi Tabhirya Nijurupaya Taya Kalabihi Golokayev Nivasati Akilatma Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is what we understand, his magnitude, Brahman. And this transcendental manifesto icon, Krishna is in his original face is primordial background of magnitude, infinite Brahman, and of all pervasive over soul. This Brahma Jyoti is the Brahmano hi pratistaham amritasya avyasya cham शाश्वतस्य धर्मस्य धर, धर्मस्य sukasya aikantikasya cha, that ever eternal Brahman, which is always pleasing, sukasya aikantikasya cha, which is the aim of everyone, and within that Brahman effulgence is also Lord's Vaikuntha planets are there. And one can, instead of staying in the just Brahman life, one can also enter into the Vaikuntha planets. He is most fortunate if he is having a personal relationship with the Lord. He can enter into the planets associated with the Lord. For example, if we go to the home or a kingdom, we will be staying there. If we have got a personal association of the king, we enter into his palace as well. Likewise, not only simply entering into the Brahma Jyoti, but also to enter into the Vaikuntha planets and also entering into the Lord's palace and associate with the Lord, directly speak with him. That is only, it happens through the association. न कर्हिचित् मत्पराः शान्तरूपे नक्षन्तिनोमि अनिमिषो लेडिहेतिः येषमहं प्रिय आत्मसुतश्च सखा गुरुः सुहृद दैवमिष्टम्. So one must establish his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It doesn't matter how you wanted to relate with. You wanted to be a lover or a father, mother, a guru or a friend in so many ways. That kind of relationship, it will never ever be lost. It will be Nakshanti nomi animisho lady hetihi, it will never ever be lost. So Nakarhijit matparaha shantarupe Nakshanti nomi animisho lady hetihi, Yesha maham atma priya sutasha, Saka guruhu suhrido daivamishtam. So this is the relationship. Then he would be entering into that effulgence, Brahman effulgence, and enter into the Vaikuntha planet associated with the Lord. And Krishna says all this universe, material universe or Jagat, it is created by only one Amsha of the Lord. That is, Vishtabhyaham idam Krishnam ekamshena sito Jagat. Atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavadhyana Vishtabhyaham idam Krishnam ekamshena sito Jagat. So when Krishna was describing about all his opulences, Vibhuti Yoga in the 10th chapter, at the end, he concludes that what to speak of all these things, O Arjuna. This entire cosmic manifestation, atava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavajna, vishtabhyaham idam krishnam ekamshena sito jagat. Just by only one amsha of me, it will create entire this cosmic manifestation, maintain, annihilate everything else. What to speak of anything else existing within this universe, in describing small things. So the Krishna says everything by only by my one amsha. So that Karunadaka Sai Vishnu, who is in the, he is mentioned is the one amsha, 16th amsha of the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, this Mahavishnu. By Mahavishnu, by his from his body, innumerable universes come and they were maintained. Again, he enters into those things as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Kshetrodak Sai Vishnu, again so many demigods and all these things. Everything all by only one amsha, that is Karunadaka Sai Vishnu. So this is Yasteknisvistakal Matavalambhya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadandanadaha Vishnur Mahan Saiha Yasya Kala Vishesho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this Mahavishnu is the only one amsha of the Lord. Kala Vishesho, Kala Avatara. So that one here describing the glory, one has to know God is great, but how great one doesn't know that. So all this, for that purpose, we need to approach the Vedas. They give in different magnitude to describe. So magnitude, this is magnitudinal infinite Brahman and of all pervasive over soul. Krishna has truly visioned in his variegated pastimes, such as owner of the transcendental cows. This is and covered chief cowards consort of milkmaids, ruler of the terrestrial abode Gokula, and object of worship by transcendental residents of Goloka beauties. चिन्तामणि प्रकर सद्भुषुकल्पवृक्षा लक्षावृतेषु सुरभिरभिपालयन्तम् लक्ष्मी सहस्रशतसम्भ्रम सेव्यमानं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. That particular shloka. He is served by innumerable goddesses of fortunes in the Golok Vrindavana. And he is the only one object to be worshipped. So he is the root cause of all causes who are predominating and predominated agents of the universe. All glands of the glands of his projected fractional portion in the sacred originating water, which the personal oversoul or Paramatma gives rise to the secondary potency nature. And Paramatma, whoever we think, is the Amsha of Krishna. So yadadvaitam brahmopanishadi tadapyasya anubha ya atmantaryami purusha amshamsha iti vibhavaha. Purusha amshamsha. So here super soul, if we look at this chapter, this universe, in this universe, Karnodak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, and Garbhodak Sai Vishnu is expands himself as Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, who is also Paramatma. So Paramatma is one Amsha of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Again, just going to Krishna and he expands himself. Balram expands to Chaturvyuha quadruple, Vasudeva, Sankashna, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And Sankashna expands himself to Narayana. Narayana again, he expands himself to second quadruple, Vasudeva, Sankashna, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. And the second Sankashna is called Mahasankashna, from whom Mahavishnu expands, and from Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksaya Vishnu expands, and from Garbhodaksaya Vishnu, Kshirodaksaya Vishnu, or who is also Paramatma. See, we can see where is the Kshirodaksaya Vishnu, where is Krishna there. So likewise, there are innumerable universes. There are innumerable Garbhodaksaya Vishnus, innumerable Kshirodaksaya Vishnus existing. But Krishna is only one. Karnodaksaya Vishnu is only one. Or Mahavishnu is only one. Okay, so and this soul's intermediate energy brings from forth the individual souls analogously to the emanated rays of the sun. This book is the treatise of Krishna, so the preamble is enacted by chanting his name in the beginning. That is, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigrahaha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam. This is Anadir. Anadi means without beginning. Adihi means the origin. Govinda, the Lord Govinda, who is the Sarvakarana Karanam, the causes of all causes. So today is the Sri Krishna Janmashtami. So I request dear devotees, if you would like to ask any questions or you wanted to share anything on this particular shloka. Harman Mataji, wanted to ask any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. No questions, Prabhuji. You have explained very well regarding the how transcendental and how blissful, how like words cannot explain. My words, I cannot explain how beautifully the form of the Lord has been described. And yes, Prabhuji, no questions, Prabhuji, for now. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. This is many pictures about describing Goloka. Krishna with the Gopa boys here. He is playing in the Goloka. It is all happy and nice place to be with. There are a few other pictures. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna. So we must be having the same qualities as Krishna. But because we are small particles, we are covered by the Maya because of our desires. There is one picture was posted in the WhatsApp group that once we cross these desires, just even though so many rivers are flowing into the ocean, but ocean does not get full. In such a way, even though so many desires are coming into our mind, but if we are trying to control them, if we try to, but even though simply not acting for those desires, we do not act. If the desire is coming, okay, I wanted something. If I have seen with my eyes some nice gulab jam, but if I say just, but my mind is not disturbed. I wanted to eat it. How taste it would be, but it does not reflect such kind of things. It is simply calm and quiet. Is it required to eat it or not? Is it required for the body? Then only in such a way we think, but not because of it is tasty, looking nice like that. Whenever such kind of likewise, many desserts would be keep on flowing into our mind. Samudramapaha pravishanti sarve. So this is like Krishna says in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But whoever is not disturbed, they are who are able to cross this material world, they can enter into this Golok Vrindavan and having personal associationship with the Lord. So that is one we can conceive. We can understand Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha. Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha. Not by just looking at this picture as well. So beautiful looking at it. We just keep on watching Krishna. It doesn't matter whether I have seen before or not. I feel that I am keeping myself in that beautiful environment and doing some services to Krishna. Just by imagine, just thought itself, it is so pure. Okay, so that is Krishna consciousness. But here, whatever we desire, desires cannot be stopped. Desires cannot be stopped, but they can be changed to Krishna, to serve Krishna. Any other questions? Gauringi Mataji, you wanted to share anything, Mataji?
Sorry, Prabhuji. Nothing, Prabhuji. Sorry, no idea. Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji, you wanted to share anything else, Mataji?
No problem, sir. I'm just still learning and listening, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so that is Krishna. Okay, so even one doesn't know any songs or doing anything, he can simply say Krishna, 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 hey. Just all Krishna only. If you just keep on doing it, you will never be tired. You will get energy from Krishna. The word itself is Krishna. You will get energy from Hare Krishna. Okay, so you can do everything with Krishna only. That is service. Okay, we shall stop here and I request dear devotees if you have got any questions or anything else to share, kindly share. Otherwise, you wanted to ask anything, can we ask? Or you want to share about any pastimes about the temple, or you want to share anything that you know, or you wanted to share. Everyone has got some kind of reflections they wanted to share. If you want share that one, kindly share. It is always relishing to hear devotees speak about Krishna. It doesn't matter how small or how great it is. Just open the mouth and then speak. That is that sound coming from the tongue itself. It purifies. If you say Krishna on your tongue, that's it. You are already have done all kinds of austerities. Aho Batasopatu Atogaryan Jihwagre, Vatite Namatubhyam, Jihwagre on the top of tongue. Vatite Namatubhyam, if that tongue is moving, saying that word sound as Krishna, Te Pustapaste Juhu Sasnuraja Brahmani Churnama Gunantiyete, they have done all austerities, penances, everything else before that. Charity, all these things are already completed. Whoever is having Krishna at that time. Even this small word also speaking, that is very nice. If you wanted to share, kindly share. It doesn't matter it is a personal or personal reflections or you have gone to some temple, those things. If you want to share on Krishna consciousness, kindly do so. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to wish you Prabhuji, Asha Mataji, Gaurangi Mataji, today a very Krishna conscious field, Krishna Janmashtami. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mother.
Thank you, Sri Krishna Janmashtami to everyone.
Thank you. Shall we end the meeting? It looks like Prabhuji has left, Mataji.
Okay, Mother. Okay, Mother.
Okay, okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.